Well, he posed for a Norman Rockwell painting at 9 years old. He was appointed a special policeman at 17 and entered politics at 25. Now, after 40 years in elected office, longtime Berkshire County lawmaker Smitty Pignatelli has retired. And I remember interviewing him for stories when I first started with News Channel 13 in 2005. Now in 2025, I sat down with him to talk about his long career and his hope for his beloved county.
I still use it on my resume, male model, even though I was 9 years old.
You could argue this is the moment that Smitty Pignatelli started his career as a public figure, posing for a Norman Rockwell painting when he was 9 years old, the boy astronaut.
I've got a great picture of Norman Rockwell tapping me on the back of the head to keep my head up.
William Pignatelli has always been known as Smitty.
Well, my dad's best friend growing up in Lenox was William Smith. They called him Smitty.
Smitty entered politics in the 1980s, became a Lenox town selectman in the early 1990s, and was then elected as a Massachusetts state representative in 2002. The district covers most of southern Berkshire County. After a total of 40 years in elected office, he has now retired.
40 years.
40 years, yeah.
How did you know it was time to move on?
I really believe you got to know when to leave. I've had a wonderful run. 22 years in the legislature is a long time. Put probably over 1 million miles on my car going back and forth from the Berkshires to Boston.
He was part of some landmark legislation in the Bay State, including same-sex marriage. He vividly remembers his speech at the State House in Boston more than 20 years ago.
March 11th, 2004, 10:15 at night. I gave my inaugural speech in front of the House and the Senate, a joint session.
A short time after that, the Massachusetts Healthcare for All law. The template was used in the federal law, which became known as Obamacare. He looks around at his community and sees the success, the beauty of Tanglewood, his town thriving. For him, the Berkshires are not just Western Mass, he calls the area Bestern Mass. But he says there are some challenges: job opportunities, housing options, and a lack of public transportation, things to keep young people in the Berkshires. Even though he has retired from elected office, Smitty is not going anywhere. After all, this is his home, literally.
Born and raised in Lenox, in this house. He grew up in this house.
My mom and dad built this house.
Well, Smitty says he's looking forward to spending more time with his family, mainly his son and his daughter. We wish him the best.
Such a nice man.
Such
I remember
nice guy.
even before 2005 chatting with him, but that gives away my...
He remembers you too.
Oh, that's good.